I'm not the biggest fan of Sonic shows. I'm one of those weirdos that thinks Sonic Boom isn't really that funny, and I think Sonic X is a hit or miss, and Sonic Prime is, I am, however, a big fan of the Sonic movies. They aren't perfect or anything, but they're just really fun to watch. I really like the way they combine the game plots together for all the movies, and it gave me my favorite version of Knuckles. Made him an actual badass instead of a dipshit. So back in 2022, I was pretty interested when they announced a Knuckles TV show along with Sonic Movie 3 was coming out. Finally, a chance for Knuckles to get the spotlight he deserves. And I was really excited to see what they were gonna do with it. Maybe it's Knuckles searching for Emerald Shards, or hell, the Chaos Emeralds. Maybe Rouge could be the villain like in Adventure 2. Maybe they could add the Chaotix. I mean, they were in a Sonic Movie 2 comic. Whatever the case was, I was super excited to see how they handled the full show and the best version of Knuckles. Then they announced it was a 90s comedy about a dumb cop guy from the first movie dealing with daddy issues. Oh yeah, and Knuckles. But you know what? Let's keep a positive outlook on this show. There's been a lot of negativity about it, to the point where it's being considered as the worst Sonic product of all time, which is, not true at all, but okay. So without further ado, let's review the Knuckles show and see if it'll finally break my curse of not enjoying Sonic shows. Don't take down this video, Paramount, please. We start our story off with seeing what Sonic and his friends have been up to since the events of Sonic 2. Sonic's been doing what he's usually been doing, and thank fucking God they finally fixed the headphone thing. Tails is adjusting the Earth pretty well, but Knuckles can't seem to find peace and relaxation. After being, grounded by Maddie, Knuckles seeks a sign from the Echidna ancestors. Suddenly, Pac-Man appears, or however the fuck they pronounce it in the show. He sets Knuckles off on a quest to continue on the legacy of the Echidna tribe by training, Wade Whipple, aka the main character. I find it funny that, Paper Mache or whatever the fuck his name over here flies away like me placing a Gmod character in a skit for my videos. With Wade being kicked out of his own bowling team to an 8-year-old girl, Knuckles dedicates his skills to help Wade train to become an Echidna warrior. That's essentially the whole plot of the show. There's these two villains that get like 30 minutes of screen time, and a more important villain that gets like maybe 15 minutes of screen time. Wade has daddy issues, Knuckles learns about being Jewish. Sure. There's a musical episode about Iblis and the Flames of Disaster, aka the event that ended the whole world in Sonic 06. Music kinda slaps though. I will find the flames of disaster. Need to find the flames of disaster. I don't know how there's so many things wrong in that video, but equally is so many things right. Wade becomes a true warrior, they head to Reno, and Wade meets his dad, and his dad betrays him. Wade goes bowling. We get a cool fight, I guess. They just kind of do the Sonic 1 final fight thing, and then boom, day is saved. Obviously, that's just a very big oversimplified version of the story here, but it quickly becomes a show about Wade and less about Knuckles halfway through. Knuckles is obviously still there, but you can tell they were just running out of a budget by the end of it. Also, Iblis talks about using Facebook Marketplace, so, you know what? Peak fiction.
Then I might hit Facebook Marketplace up. Might be some deals on some freaking cool stuff.
Overall, I think this plot is pretty good. It's obvious that you're not supposed to take this show super seriously, which in the eyes of me, a super geeky Sonic fan, it kinda sucks we didn't get a serious show, but as someone who loves comedies, it was a really fun time. The first 2 episodes of the show were actually really great. Knuckles has more than enough screen time here. His relationship with Wade kinda reminds me of Sonic and Tom's relationship in the first movie. And at first, it seemed to be even better, with Knuckles helping Wade train to become a warrior. It's kind of the opposite of Tom helping Sonic when he needed it. It also gives Knuckles a chance to learn about Earth and how to relax and have fun. I think the action is really great too, up to par with Sonic 2 fights. It was just super fun to watch overall. There's a consistent amount of great jokes in these episodes as well. Me and my friends were dying of how funny they were.
Kid Cudi got fucked up! No! Please, what?
You remember this guy?
I just did a poopy in my pants.
Episode 3 was kind of alright. We get to meet Wade's family, Wade's mom, Wendy Whipple, and Wade's sister, Wanda Whipple. And they have a Shabbat dinner together as we learn about how Wade's dad was an awful person, leaving his whole family behind and whatnot. We get some more really cool action scenes in this one though, like this one shot around the kitchen. I'm really hoping movie 3 goes even harder with these creative fights. Though sadly, episode 4 and onward is when the show gets kinda sloppy. It becomes the Wade show mostly. Most of the conflict revolves around Wade Wade's family and friends. Wade having to fight his former best friend, Wade dealing with his annoying sister, Wade bonding with his mom, Wade dealing with his daddy issues. It's all just Wade conflict, leaving Knuckles as a sidekick. He's really only there in the action scenes. I mean, he does have those two gun agents and the buyer dude, but they really show up at all in the show. Most of the characters in this movie are extremely forgettable too. Most of the movie 1 cast, in my opinion, was really great. Like, Tom and Maddie were great additions. But for Knuckles, these characters don't nearly hit the same way the others did. We have a bootleg Eggman, an annoying character that feels like she's in a Nickelodeon sitcom, and the dad that is just kind of a dick. The mom was a good character though. I liked whenever her and Knuckles bonded. Thankfully, as a comedy, you only have to worry about the last 2 episodes because everything else was really fucking funny. I'm super surprised how well a lot of these jokes landed in this, and Wade's character was just super great, even if he did have a little too much screen time. The whole musical segment made me and my friend think we were on a drug trip though, so you know, that counts for something. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I think Pac-Mac being a washed up ghost tube is a pretty goofy and fun way to add his character to the lineup. I will never understand though, out of all the Sonic games they could reference, they decided to use Iblis from Sonic 06. Like, what? Why does Knuckles randomly have fire powers? Why did they change Iblis's lore to be to the point where he's just some dude Knuckles beats up? And the whole lore of the Echidnas versus the Owls just kind of got dumbed down to Knuckles' dad. He kind of just died from an owl. I think overall this is a very flawed show that could have used more time in the oven. But hey, what was good was really good. I loved all the music choices. The action was very pleasing to watch, and when the jokes hit, they really goddamn hit. So I just thought the show was pretty good. It's nothing special and not something I'll go back to anytime soon, but it's not an awful watch. I don't really know how to review movies and shows the same way I review games, and I wanted this video out while the hype of the show was still big, so yeah, just go watch it if you're interested in it. If you love the movies, you'll definitely like this, and if you're not, then uh-oh. The show ended on a fucking still shot of the two jumping though, so you know what? 10 out of 10, still better than Sonic Prime.
Aim at your pins and